किया गया नंबर अभी व्यस्त है। कृपया कुछ समय पश्चात प्रयास करें। The number you have dialed is currently busy. Please try later. Hello, Mr. Sunil Ramkrishna. Basically, we are discussing on the topic that is integration. Basically, we are discussing on the topic that is India account, SBI account in SBI account. Basically, we are discussing on the topic that is Amazon account in Amazon account. Basically, we are discussing on the topic that is after 2 days, basically, the earthquake is going to happen in India land, and this comes into India account. So that topic actually we are discussing here. Basically. So just now, basically, we discuss about the topic that is SBI, SBI group. Basically, what SBI groups are basically. So one of the person told that after basically Nasbandi was done, basically they basically thought that this person basically can earn money also, and he might self basically can create problem to him, can create problem to us basically. So they basically do, you know what they have done? They have basically done murder case, that that particular Sunil Nair basically has done the murder, and murder case basically was charged against that Sunil Nair basically. This basically they have not done basically. They have told Pakistani police, because Pakistani police basically works in India basically. They basically periodically visits Vadodara city, they visit Surat, they visit Ahmedabad, they basically keeps on visiting basically. So they basically never do basically. They tell Pakistani police, Bangladeshi police, but do basically. In SBI also basically, in SBI branch also basically the Pakistani people basically work basically. They basically comes there, and then basically the task basically which they can't do. The SBI India basically can't do. They basically tell Pakistani and Bangladeshi groups to do that work basically. Like this basically they do the work basically. So here basically we are not discussing that basically. Here we are discussing what actually SBI is. So these all are SBI basically. Then basically they thought that basically we will charge basically murder against him basically. And after that basically human resource group told that basically one of the friend of Sunil Larner basically was in human resource. He told that basically Sunil, I can't see your resume here basically. Then he was shocked basically. Why basically his resume basically was not displaying in the screen basically. Then he thought that, then he basically got the information that he was actually charged one murder case basically, and he was actually like this basically. The companies basically got one new idea basically. This is actually new and not new idea basically. They are doing this long before basically, but here they executed this idea on me also, like this murder case was basically. But one of the satellite person told that basically, Sunil, basically that is not a murder basically. The 100 crore people basically died in Corona basically. That is murder. Basically. More than 100 crore people basically died basically. That was actually murder. That was actually murder, basically. That was basically the murder case. So SBI group actually got the information that, yeah, basically what is actually murder. Now basically we got it. After dying 100 crore people. After that, basically they got the information that this is murder. So SBI basically groups gets information late basically. So to explain SBI group, that is very tough basically. So one of the person told that you are not getting job. So how to explain SBI group? Basically? 100 crore is already died basically. 100 crore basically is already died. So how to explain SBI group that basically, how to explain SBI group basically that Sunil Nair basically is not getting job basically. How to explain SBI group? So one of the satellite person told that wherever basically you are staying, from there basically the problem is, and from there only basically you are going to get the job. So you are not getting job. That means your local basically is having problem. So there are two ways basically. Satellite group told that one is peace way. Peace means shanti. Peacefully, if they give the job, then basically it's okay. Otherwise, war. War means earthquake, tsunami, bad, then Tufan, then basically the Corona, basically 100 crore is already died. After that also basically SBI not has not got the lesson basically. Then basically what is the option? Then basically they told that basically then basically what is the option? So like this basically this was the natural disaster basically. So like this second option is this basically. That is the dusra basically. Dusra option basically. First is peace basically. Explain SBI in peace manner basically. Please give the job.
But after 100 crore of people basically died, then also basically they have not learned the lesson basically. Then how they are going to learn the lesson now basically? Whenever they feel that basically this is a problematic case, they basically keeps Pakistani and Bangladeshi group in front basically. They keeps Pakistani and Bangladeshi, yeah, basically. You will not able to believe that basically. There are many companies in Vadodara city. There, Pakistani people basically are working. You will not able to believe that basically. The Indian person basically who is sitting at home and Pakistanis are working in the office basically. You will not able to believe it basically. One person told that yeah, that is basically was very tragedy basically. Yeah, basically. One Indian person basically is sitting at home and Pakistanis basically are coming from Pakistan and they are doing job in India basically. That is in Vadodara city. That kind of software companies basically are in India, in Vadodara city. So this basically without government that is not possible. Without government basically they can't enter. No, basically the government has told basically to enter and tell basically just tell him basically that Sunilar Nair basically see we will give job to Pakistani but we will not give job to you basically. That is Indian government. That is BJP and Congress basically. They are directly telling that कि हम तेरे को जॉब नहीं देंगे लेकिन पाकिस्तानियों को जॉब देंगे. That means this is very strange basically. Yeah, basically. पाकिस्तानियों को जॉब देंगे बट दे विल नॉट गिव जॉब टू इंडियन बेसिकली दैट इज माई सेल्फ 100 crore is already died after that also basically they have not then learned the lesson now basically one of the person told them how to explain SBI SBI को कैसे समझाए in Hindi basically because SBI are connected with European group they are connected with American group they are connected with Italian group so they have many powers with Chinese group they have many power so how to explain basically SBI group basically. That give, please job give to Sunil Arman. So first basically peace manner basically. And then basically everybody knows what is the thing basically what is going on. And you are basically poor person basically. So you can't do anything. 100 crore is already died. After that also basically they have not got the lesson. Then basically how to explain SBI? One of the person told them basically how to explain SBI. In Corona basically 100 crore people died here basically. After that also basically SBI group has not got the lesson. So one person told that basically find out how many Indian basically are across the world basically. Because they also might be SBI group basically. They also might be SBI group only basically. The thing basically SBI group is doing that only same thing basically they are also going to do. So find the list of Indian nationality people basically who are across the world. You will find a few famous people basically like Biden, the Prime Minister of sorry the President of America, Johnson basically the President of European basically. These all are basically the famous name basically. Clinton, previous American president. So these all are basically having account basically in SBI, and their name basically has given by the SBI group to America. See basically America, this is the new president. But in really basically, he is from Uttar Pradesh, he is from Madhya Pradesh, he is from Bihar. Because these three states basically handles the political people, and political people by default controls the each and every companies basically. So if you will take panga with these three basically, then you will never get the job basically. So one of the person wrote that what is the alternative solution here basically for this? Give job basically if they will not give job basically then basically what you will do? There are three states basically. One of the person told that let me see basically what I can do this for these three states basically. But everything basically is directly coming to Vadodara city only, where basically you are staying. Ultimately, it's going to connect to Vadodara city. Ultimately, it's going to connect to Vadodara city only basically. So one of the person told that Vadodara city is actually creating problem to you. So how to explain Vadodara city? How to explain Vadodara city? After 100 crore people basically died, then also basically SBI group has not got the lesson. Then how to explain this group? Yeah, basically. Because whenever basically the big problem basically comes, they basically keep Pakistani and Bangladeshi group in front basically. The case basically which was registered basically of murder case basically, and they have done the ban of Sunilar Nair basically. That also they have done through this way only basically. I now basically I feel like that only basically. Because they never comes in front basically. So they keep Pakistani and Bangladeshi basically. And Pakistani and Bangladeshi are telling that basically we will give our entire country for you basically. Chinese are telling that basically we will give our entire country for you. America is telling basically we will die for you basically. SBI for SBI group basically. European groups are telling that basically we can give entire Europe for you basically. So how to explain SBI? That is the question basically. So that basically we will discuss basically later on. But now basically thing is what? Lava data. That is 100 crore. Which child is going to happen, and the plan basically which is done by software companies, that is the Mumbai city. Mumbai city, that is the 100 1 lakh city 1 lakh company basically, who actually told that basically we have created 10 crore software companies, sorry, 10 crore projects basically, and from the 10 crores basically we have generated this lava data basically. That is the chemical data, and which basically is going to convert to lava data after certain time basically in the land basically. So that was shocked here. Chemical means water. Chemical is equal to water basically. So one person told that basically the sea water basically which you are sieving basically, that is actually lava basically. That is lava basically. But that means we are drinking lava water basically we are drinking. That was shocking, yeah, basically. Then you told that basically 100 crore child basically is going to generate. So you are drinking what actually? You are drinking that basically child basically data. What actually you are drinking basically? So here basically one of the person told that basically this all basically data, these all things are basically data. This all are filter basically. This all basically are filter. You will never able to drink the water which is the data which is going to produce. For example, 100 crore child is going to happen. That 100 crore child basically is dumped into the lava data in the form of seawater, and that seawater basically is going to connect to again to land, and then basically again basically it is going to produce some data. So lava data, taken the data, that is 100 crore data, then basically converted it to water. That water data basically you are going to use. Exact chain basically nobody in this world basically have the data. Exact chain basically nobody have the exact chain basically. How basically the exact chain is connecting.
કરવામાં આવેલ નંબર હાલમાં વ્યસ્ત છે
So you can just
कृपया
imagine basically.
थोड़ा समय પછી प्रयास करो आपके द्वारा डायल किया गया नंबर अभी व्यस्त है कृपया कुछ समय पश्चात प्रयास करें The number you have dialed is currently busy. Please try later.
So how to explain the thing basically? That is the question basically. 100 crore child, that basically you can't see na basically. That 100 crore child is going to happen. So few people says that basically the nuclear example basically which I have taken na basically. If we will go little bit more back basically, that is connecting to this only. That 100 crore child basically which has created, that is going to be used in which data? That data basically is going to used in which data? One more about the SBI group basically. There are two brothers basically, as in that way. One good brother is basically supporting SBI group and another brother basically is not supporting SBI group. So one brother basically who is supporting SBI group, he will get everything basically. He will get house, he will get money. But the person basically who is not supporting SBI group, he will not get anything basically. And he will see that basically, yeah, the person basically is not getting anything basically. But SBI group is get. So SBI group is like this. But how to give lesson to SBI? That is also question. That basically we are going to see basically next videos basically how to give lesson to SBI group, because nobody in this world basically can give lesson. Why? Because these groups are very powerful basically. But 100 crore people also died na, basically. That also you see basically. That also you see. So that basically we are going to discuss basically. So one of the person told that the best alternative the Indian nationality across the world. That basically data you have to collect. Who is Indian basically? The Biden basically, that is the American president. He is Indian basically. Like this basically how many Indian nationality are connected basically. That data basically you have to collect. Because nobody know that basically American president basically is a Indian basically. Nobody can track him basically. Because he looks like an American only basically. But in real basically is a Indian basically. So like this data basically how many datas basically are there that you have to collect. So this basically we are going to discuss basically. This topic basically we are going to discuss basically what is actually the Indian nationality and across the world. So here topic again basically came to lava data. In this basically we have discussed one topic, that is Sunilar Nair basically generation is ended by Vadodara city. Previously we have taken that basically Mumbai has ended. Then basically we are taking Vadodara has ended. So here basically I'm just taking as an example, and basically really basically my generation was not ended. So wherever basically you stay, na basically, problem is basically occurring from that area only. So the Vadodara city basically is creating problem. So the people who have the control of money basically in Vadodara basically, they are actually creating the problem. They are actually creating the problem. So how to explain this basically? So one person told that in Vadodara basically nothing, no disaster basically can come. Why? Because Vadodara is at the center of the Earth planet basically. So there basically never disaster comes with it. Long before, I think more than 5 crore year before basically there was one lava blast happened basically. More than 5 crore year basically before. From that Vadodara land was created. You will not able to believe that basically. And one Pavagadh mountain basically was created long before 5 crore year before basically. Like this the Vadodara started that journey basically. So I am explaining that basically. How Vadodara started their journey 5 crore before year basically one Pavagadh mountain basically was sorry, there was one lava blast happening the near around the Pavagadh area basically. From that the Pavagadh mountain was created, and from that Pavagadh mountain basically lots of lava basically was spreaded across the Vadodara land long before basically 5 crore year before basically in Vadodara land only tree was existing. That lava blast happened in Vadodara land, that is the in Pavagadh mountain basically the Pavagadh mountain created, and the entire Vadodara land basically connected to one land area. Tree was finished. Why? Because lava basically connected to each and every land basically. So where basically the entire tree was there, now basically only land was there. So somebody told that basically we are creating one city. So they created the city called Vadodara city. In that basically they told that basically we have to remember something basically that from where the Vadodara city started their journey. So for that basically they have created one temple basically uh, in Pavagadh basically, that is known as a Mahakal temple. From where the Vadodara started his journey basically. But that is 5 crore year before year. 5 crore year before means even government basically was not existing. Even basically I think Raja Maharaja group also basically was not there. From that time basically the Pavagad mountain basically exists. 5 crore year before. 5 crore year means you can just imagine basically. Raja Sahi family just came around 10,000 to 20,000 year before only. Maximum basically if you will say 1 lakh year before. But this year basically it's a 5 crore year. So one person told that Raja Sahi family is also basically created by set of groups basically. So who created Raja Sahi family? That will be our next topic.